going live, and I think we are live. Let me check that all my audio is working. Alright, I think we're good. That's a great way to start a stream. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to some more Every Hue of You. I love this game. And I'm happy to be back, and I'm like 99.99999% better. You know, last week we still had remnants of the cough, the sore throat. Now it's just like, not even a sore throat, it's just a tickle. So I feel great. I'm so excited because yeah, the past like couple weeks, especially with the getting over the sickness, was not the greatest, but feels great now. That, what? Hello, microphone? There we go. That should work. But hey, welcome back, Every Hue of You. We now have, what did we do last time? We helped out this couple, and then we kind of ended it there on a bit of a short note. So today, we left a little bit of a cliffhanger, because if you saw on the title, we've got a certain ONEE-SAN who's entered the building. Hello. Let's see what she wants. Clock hits 5, it's time to close, head to sleep. So we've already seen this on the vision. Twyla had, yeah, a very vivid vision of her mother. Who is that? Some kind of supermodel has entered my store at 5 in the morning. Yeah, dude, look at that. Look at ONEE-SAN. You're Twyla, aren't you? Yeah, that's me. Hi, Twyla. Hi, Oh, you are cute, aren't you? Oh! Okay, hang on, she's sussing us out. Wait, you're... Oh, you know me? Your eyes. Oh, Earth, my pags, right? They're so bad this morning. I had to get up early and... No. They look familiar. No, stars, you're concerningly well acquainted with my brother's eyes, Twyla. Oh! Woo! It's getting a little hot already. What, 2 minutes into the stream? Oh, get me on that ice water. You're Lau's sister? And wait, Lau is a sister? That's right. I see you're familiar with my little baby brother. A little too familiar, in fact. How did you know? Oh, don't tell me you've been, like, staring into them or something. No, that's a pity. I'd approve of you for sure. I mean, after I got to know you first, which is what I'm here for, in fact. Dude, what do you mean that there's, like, no romantic there's so much romantic tension in this game. I love it. I love it. I'm you. Lau's told me of the struggles you've been through lately, and we both agreed some therapy could help you out. Oh, Lau told you about me. I'm a psychologist, and while I don't work under the PRS, I've got a little time on my hands. So I'm here to help, if I can. I may not be the best for this job, but since the PRS won't take your case seriously... Anyway, it's completely up to you, Twyla. What do you think? Would you be comfortable talking to me about what's been going on recently? Oh, do we get to choose? We're such in the middle of my whole woe is me thing too. Oh, okay, cool. We just automatically accept. Great. Wow, thanks. You. Did you wake up at this awful time just for me? I did. And don't say just for me. You're important, Twyla. And not just to my brother. Oh! Bro, I'm gonna fall in love with this character for how much of a tease she's being. How about we go to the back then, and I'll quickly close up here so nobody bothers us. Wonderful. Oh, we're gonna get a cool... Wait, that's so cute. This is a nice space you have back here. So how are you feeling this morning, Twyla? I'm actually very drained. I just had a long enchanting session with a couple of customers. Literally a couple. And it was a lot. I don't know if I'll be able to speak about things clearly. Unless this is still the same day as Monovi. I don't think so. My mind is kind of a mess. That's totally fine. We'll keep it short then. What happened with these customers? So try to describe it in roundabout ways. Trying best not to agonize over the decision you had to make. Oh, and true, we got calls from the previous customers that... Sorry, I was watching the US Open and seen Ben Shelton and Novak Djokovic do the whole like phone call dialed in. So funny. Well, he won the US Open today. That was cool. I would have loved to see Carlos Alcaraz, but anyway, tennis tangent. I love tennis. Basically, we had Twyla on the phone getting lambasted. Not really. Actually, her customers were quite kind, but they were basically saying that, hey, your enchanting's not really working. Or rather, nothing's changed. And I think in the case of Maribel, I think her husband got even worse? I don't know. I mean, I'm trying not to stress about being emotional as well. Lau keeps saying that, but I understand. Let me just say first, you're doing really well, Twyla. All this you're describing to me on top of your grief, it's by no means easy to deal with. Hey, we're gonna give a more mature ONEE-SAN voice. You should be proud of your continued efforts to get through this. Thanks. I have to make Twyla sound a bit higher. And that concern you mentioned just now, feeling stressed about your emotions running high, we call that the struggle switch. Wait, what? The what? Imagine there's a switch at the back of your head, and every time you start feeling grief or stress, the switch turns on. You start to feel anxious about these emotions, about risking chaos and so on, which in turn starts to amplify the emotion you were already feeling. Yeah, I guess that is... Wait, what did she say? I forget what the shortcut for history is. The struggle switch. I'd say like spiraling, because a lot of people tend to like get anxious about something and get anxious about the fact that they're anxious, right? And then it's just this whole spiral, this whole circle of despair and struggle. Maybe you feel guilty about as well as about your emotions, and the cycle continues and your spirit just gets busier and busier. Exactly, right? It's cyclic in nature. Yeah, that's exactly it. A good tactic is to try and keep the switch off. Try to accept your negative emotions as they come your way and focus on the good in your life, the things that give you meaning and fulfillment. I wonder if, because it's like, I wonder if the writers got any tips or like tidbits or did their research into psychology or like being a psychologist, because I'd imagine it'd be pretty tough to write a real role like a psychologist, right? You know, who's to say a psychologist plays this and it's like, that's not how a psychologist advises stuff, or that's not how a psychologist like talks about things. And maybe you could take a few creative liberties with some of the mindsets and I guess culture in Zenoa, but I was just thinking about how lucky I am to have Lau and you looking out for me. Oh, how sweet. Well, that's good, Twyla. That tells me to do the same too, although he focuses more on processing my emotions rationally, with stoicism. Yeah, so he has told you. If it's working out for you, then that's good. I'm still unsure. Anyway, on that note, you seem to be agonizing over this decision despite trying not to. Could you tell me about why that is? Well, you can take your time to think through it. I think it'll help both of us be aware of what's really worrying you. I'm worried that enchanting their pieces was just the wrong thing to do. What if I'm helping them make a mistake? What if this decision comes back to haunt me in some way? So much wrong could happen from it. And also, nothing, never mind. Oh, just thinking of Lau. You sure? If you really don't want to tell me, that's okay, honey. Think about moving past it. Part of me doesn't want to seem weak in front of you. Oh, wait, did she call her honey? After she called, like... See, that the big sister role. That's how you can tell. I love that. A little nuance. She seems so strong and dependable, like she's so sure of herself, like she could never find herself worrying like I do. But I know that can't be true now, don't I? My mum still means a lot to me. Every small mistake I make here, it just feels so much worse. She worked so hard for all this, and now it's already nowhere what it used to be. I just can't help but feel that every time I mess up, it could be my last chance. I see. That's why it's hard to talk about, Twyla. Forces know it's not easy to deal with. How do you know when you talk? How do you feel when you talk about it? A bit better. Hey, that's what happens. You talk, no matter what. Always chat. Always chat to someone. If you're ever feeling down, even if it's just saying hi, you know, words are powerful. Words are powerful. They say sticks and stones. Forget sticks and stones. Words are the main crux. Do you think your mistakes are as bad as in reality? What? Do you think your mistakes are as bad in reality as they are in your head? Are as bad in reality as they are. Okay, that makes sense. I have no idea how these enchantments have been turning out. I've tried following up with my customers, and so far it's like none of them have even been working. I just don't understand what's going on. That's tough. So what I'm understanding is that it's a waiting game at the moment for you. Is that right? Twyla, again, it seems like you're doing all you can for now. I'm proud of you. You and Lau are quite alike, actually. You're both striving to do so much more and beating yourself up for not being able to, instead of feeling happy about what you are able to do. When you say it like that, I guess you're right. Oh, it's almost 6. You should be getting to sleep, no, Twyla? With your U-tining and all. Yeah, I wish you could chat for longer, but I really am tired. Of course, that's okay. Let's end things for today. I'm feeling very good about you, though, Twyla. You're a smart girl, you know. It's not a sign of weakness to question your past decisions. It's something all good decision makers do. I just want you to remember, this decision that was forced on you early this morning, you clearly did not rush into it. You spent time thinking through the pros and cons. You struggled through. You should respect all that struggling you did. You did your best. She's right. I do this a lot, don't I? It's like I trust the me now so much more than the me back then. Thank you. No problem. Happy to meet you, Twyla. So happy, even. My goodness. Well, welcome whenever we want. Oh, you and Lau live together. Yep. Although sometimes it feels like I'm a manager at a hotel. The kid is never at home, always busy running all around all the country. Oh, sorry you. I'll try to take up less of his time. Nah, don't stress. You're okay. That's just how he is. I'm just worried it'll all catch up to him someday. He only needs a social life. If we're able to get your outburst sorted anytime soon, not that there's any rush, of course, you should totally take him out sometime. Oh, dude, she's playing matchmaker, and I love it. He needs a friend, Twyla. Oh, of course, yeah, sure. I'll make sure he doesn't even think about chaos. You could use a girlfriend. Oh, there it is! There it is! So can I, actually. Oh, me and my mouth. It's 6 already. You need to head off to bed, Twyla. Sleep in a bit. An extra hour or 2 won't hurt anyone. I'll try to, you. Thanks again. Oh. Oh, ONEE-SAN. See, if the protagonist is a woman, ONEE, actually, no. Actually, no. Yes. If the protagonist is a woman, then ONEE-SAN, yes. But if the protagonist is a woman, Emoto is like, no. No way you're taking ONEE-chan away. But if the protagonist is a guy, I guess ONEE-san still yes. Except ONEE-san starts flirting with the guy. So Forces, I can't believe she's Lau's sister. If it weren't for those pale blue eyes, I could never tell. Think over everything we said, and a bit anxious for another big day tomorrow. With a new, fresh set of unpredictable customers, I remember the struggle switch. Well, hello, anxiety. I'm accepting your presence and will now go to sleep peacefully, thinking of a pleasant thing instead. See, that's what I notice, actually. I know I can't get to sleep unless I'm having happy thoughts. Like, if I... Or one night, I was feeling really sad. And I was like, I cannot get to sleep. But the moment I started, like, trying to shift that, just think happy thoughts, I, like, could get to sleep a lot more easily. So, yeah, stress, I mean, stress, sadness, negative emotions, they do actually play a massive impact. Sound asleep, my mind drifts endlessly, desperately trying to process the whirlwind that's been the past few weeks. Along the way, I drift across agonizingly familiar junction once more. Oh, a vision? Testing. Hello, Zenoa. This is Twyla coming in live from East Seneca. I'm talking to Hyla, Lanning, and Uncle right now. This is Uncle? Uncle? You can't call me Uncle on TV. Why not? It's my show. You have to be professional, sure. Say Mister. Oh, how do you feel about the Twilight Jeweler, Mr. Uncle? Mr. Uncle is very proud, Twyla. I can't believe my little sister has been able to achieve all so much on her own. With no one helping her at all. Excuse me, I've heard your little sister has a very helpful daughter. Have you now? Oh yes, I suppose she helps out here and there too. Now to the Twilight Jeweler herself. How do you feel being the world's best jeweler ever? Oh, I don't know about that. Boo, boring. More confidence, please. Right, Miss Reporter? Yeah, more confidence. Okay, here I go. It's just amazing being able to make jewelry for everyone in East Seneca. And so many of my customers visit from all over the country too. I wonder if I've become a little famous. Wouldn't that be something? I don't know anyone else in the family who's ever been famous. But Mummy, I'm on the news. Don't you worry, Chua. You'll be far greater than little old me someday. Oh, that's so heart-wrenching. A loud knocking breaks me out of my sleep. It's barely even 3 hours. I'm tempted to sink back into sleep. Dude, I don't know how she does it. 3 hours sleep? I gotta just leave, Mum. I start getting ready slowly until... Was that the bell? No, it can't be. The door should be locked. Forces, what's going on? Is it Uncle? I hurriedly get dressed and head downstairs, but I could never anticipate what I'd see there. What the... Oh, this is... Hey, yo, check out the chest. This is a negative emotion. Hell, what is this? Winds howl violently and the rain plummets down. I stand at a distance from the thing. My legs shaking, heart pounding. Yeah, this is like negative emotions, like manifested. So I realize suddenly what it is. A Chaos Demon. It's actually a flaring Chaos Demon inside my store of all places. How under the forces? Jeez, there are demons in this world? At least I know what it is. Oh my god. At least I know this is my doing now. It's just another manifestation of my chaos. Just another catastrophic result of my chaos and the forces interacting in some strangely terrible way. You barely even hear about this happening in the news. Why me? Seriously, why can I never get a break? It's just one thing after the next. That's right. There's no use even trying to make do with your pitiful life. Occasionally, us beings of the forces simply find it pleasurable to torment such sad and sickly spirit like yours. It is woefully entertaining. The stars too, Twyla. So these things just like talk, they have presence, a being, and there's no information on the glossary about them either. Oh, and they are so much worse than us. They have not charted a single future for you that is worth living. It is truly despicable. I know this all too well. They are my neighbors, after all. It's neighbors. The flaring earth has neighbors? The flaring thing has neighbors. It's a demon of the skies. Of all things, what comes to my mind in this critical moment is the old nursery rhyme. Demon, demon of the skies. All it knows are tricks and lies. I steel myself slowly and approach the counter. Perhaps those with perfect words come to mind. There must be some truth to them if I stood the test of time, nursery rhyme or not. Besides, I'm the daughter of the Twilight Jeweler herself, remember? This thing is imposing on the one place I'm in charge of protecting. I take my seat as usual. There's no way I'm letting it get the better of me. I see through the lies. The demon is fueled by my chaos. That's why it's provoking me. I need to keep my spirit at peace. Well, I never was one to believe my future could be found in the stars. But regardless, there's no chance this demon could know such a thing. You think I couldn't know what the stars have ordained for you? What do you want? I don't suppose you're here for a piece of jewelry. From you? No chance. Perhaps if your mother were here, but of course you do not even shine a light on her talents. So what? I know I don't. I guess you are still under the illusion then, aren't you? That what you're doing is even a morsel of value. Enchanting jewelry? Ha ha ha! Even the finest comedians could not write jokes more ludicrous than your existence. And yet you are spurred on by the jesters around into believing that what little you do matters. Your feeble mind gobbles up their attempts at placating you. You hungrily devour their flattery like a glutton for validation. God damn, this thing is like... yeah, sinister. I'll happily believe them over a demon known for its deceit. Deceit, you say? Ah, I'd long forgotten the folly of humanity, an old spirit like mine. In the realm of forces, us beings of sky are known for our ability to clear one's understanding of their true self. Still alive? Yeah! I've been uploading. Oh, actually, I haven't been uploading, but I uploaded my stream, my birthday stream. If you check the live tab of my YouTube channel, it's great. I got the copyright issues all sorted and done with. Originally, there wasn't any copyright issues, and then I got like a couple notices in like my inbox. Thankfully, it was just like blocks, so I had to like mute certain sections. I guess send out a dispute, which I was really scared of. Last year when I disputed my birthday stream, I got taken down by copyright request. So yeah, I'm glad this year that we're able to keep the birthday stream, because I hate it. It's like, I hate having to, that stream was taken down, because you can't really recover streams. It's not like it's a video I made. It's just gone, but oh well. Your folly must be contagious. I should not even attempt to explain such a concept to one of your intellect. Those from whom you seek flattery, on the other hand, their knowledge speaks for itself. They would keenly embrace my words. No chance of believing you. You need only ask him, that sporadic shadow of a parental figure that is your uncle. What? Or perhaps the boy you desperately crave the attention of. You know of whom I'm speaking, no? The handsome one that treats you like you're a patient instead of a friend. Yet your naive and lovelorn mind yearns for as much as a romance. Oh, she's being called out! No! Despite myself, my breath quickens. They're lies. Tricks and lies, remember? Right? Even a weak mind such as yours is capable of self-awareness. And yet you balk at the truth so fervently. How intriguing. I'm not balking. Everything you say is a lie. But the words have already settled in my mind. The one that treats you like a patient instead of a friend. It could be true, no? Oh, of course, sweet little Twyla. By all means, continue to elude yourself. You've never made a mistake in your life, Precious. Not even last night when conversing with that devilish duo. Oh, and this enchanting practice of yours too? Why, it's flawless. Nothing wrong could ever transpire from it. It could not possibly lead to destroying your poor mother's legacy. My stomach knots up. If these are all lies, then why can't I prove it? All the payoffs in my spirit could desire from such a weak mind. What flawed creatures you are. I have no hope against it like this. It's feeding all this confusion, all these mixed feelings. Could it really be true of any of what it says? There might be some truth to its words. After all, it was humans that wrote history and nursery rhymes. Don't focus on the demon, Twyla. Focus on yourself. Either way, there is a truth that will help ease all this pent-up emotion within me. Hopefully. ONEE-san's already gone. Like, she was there for 20 minutes and she dipped. But we got her approval. She likes us. She's giving us therapy. So, ONEE-san is good. You clearly crave the attention of the white-haired boy, do you not? Oh. Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome on into the stream, my guy. Wait, what did you say? Did you say to accept my emotions, or did she say to, like... I think Twyla would want to continue rejecting it. No, I don't. I'm stronger than that. I don't crave his attention. Okay. Alright, be honest with yourself, woman. I'm capable of getting on by my own. I just need his help right now. That was not the question, fool. His attention? Why would I crave his attention? I have more self-respect than that. I'm not dumb enough to fall for him just because he's helping me. Uh-oh, lost dog syndrome. Yikes, bro. Please continue to embrace idiocy so eagerly. Oh, how it is entertaining. At this rate, I'll have to tell my spouse this meeting will run overtime. You have a... what? What do you mean you have a spouse? At the least, I'm no doubt receiving a generous helping of payoffs. Oh. Fine. I accept it. I do crave Lao's attention. I don't know whether I should or not. Whether it's a good thing. But I do. It's to be expected. He came when I needed someone most, after all. No, it's more than that. I just know. It's only been a couple weeks, but... yeah, true, it's only been a couple weeks. Hang on. I feel a connection with him. I know him. In some way, big or small, he's just like me. I want to cherish him. Those are some big words, Twyla. As a friend, or however else I can. Nice. I like that. I like just... the point? She was like... went around it. Went around it. I'm not ashamed to say it. I muster my resolve and glare at the demon. Perhaps you are slightly less foolish than I presumed. But only slightly. Of that I have no doubt. I cannot fathom that you would accept how pitiful this discipline of yours is. Enchanting jewelry? It is a worthless pursuit. Accept it, weakling. No. This time, we'll firmly reject it. No, enchanting jewelry is not a worthless discipline. I don't know if my work will show results. I don't know if it even works. But if it does, and if I keep improving my skills, then someday I can change lives. I can help people, even if just in some small way, move towards a brighter, happier future for them and their loved ones. Maybe it won't always work, and maybe my efforts will backfire here and there, but what? But? Keep writing your own ill fate, I am in no rush. But nothing! That's just the truth I have to accept. Nothing works 100% of the time. My services won't work for everyone, and that's fine. But when it does, I will ensure it is worth all the hardship. So foolish, yet she believes it. Only a human could wear such a stupidly oblivious grin. No matter. There is no chance you believe enchanting those jewelry with the payoffs of arrogance was wise. Tell me, how could you make such a poor decision? I mean, that's what Antonio was arrogance? Or whatever the hell the big word was. I guess it was anger. Not really. Yeah, it was arrogance and anger. No, reject it. And that's what Antonio felt. No, my choice was as wise as any other. I struggled through to ensure I understood the situation in full, and I made a choice. There was nothing more I could do. Whether the enchantment causes joy or grief, I cannot rightly accept that I made a wrong choice in that moment. What now, demon? Any more questions for my feeble human mind? Fool! Do not think for one moment that the skies are done with you. You will be wise to fear the forces. Anyhow, I've gorged enough for the morning. It snarls and I feel a searing pain at my temple. Suddenly, I'm barely able to stand up straight. God damn. Jeez. Did she pass out? Thing is gone at least. Demon vanquished. Repel the Chaos Demon achievement get. So eager today out of all days. Instinctively, I pray to the forces that this customer is a pleasant reprieve from everything that's been going on. And then I remember that I actually hate the forces now. Or maybe just the skies. I pray to whoever will listen, for whatever luck that will come. Oh. Oh! This has got to be a blazing joke. I curse whoever it is that I didn't listen under my breath. A tracer now? A tracer that isn't the white-haired boy? Right after a literal demon enters my store? I'm done for. Hey, charmed. I clench my fists and try to remain stoic. Hi, likewise. Maybe it's fine, Twyla. Maybe the store won't be closed down after they realize I'm the source of this outburst. Maybe this guy doesn't even know our Chaos Demon has been roaming around because of me. Okay, Lao Senior, I'll take whatever you've got. Hit me. Are you alright there? Yeah. Amazing, very convincing. Twyla, clearly emotionally stable landing here, everyone. Yes, sorry. I just lost in thought there. You're doing great, Tyler. That made it so much better. Excuse me, but is something the matter? Nope. You're good, kid. I'm just here as a customer, actually. So you can rest easily, alright? Oh. Yeah. Sorry about the uniform. Just had to settle some last-minute business this morning. Sheesh. Flowing countries drowning in chaos, it feels like. Yeah. I wouldn't know anything at all about that. I brought myself into this, really. I could have just been some kid that made cute jewelry in our late mother's store. I wasn't very good at it, but persevered. Then eventually, she got good enough to actually attract customers and started making enough to make a meager living. Then one day, she visits the local bakery. Fast forward 10 years, alternate Twyla and the baker's son are happily married, with 2 kids and a cozy little house and a nice garden. Say, you sure you're good? He makes bread, me, jewelry. We teach our kids, our trades, and pass on humble legacies. Together we die peacefully of old age. The end. No outbursts, no enchanting, no flaring chaos demons! Hey, it's Twyla, right? You alright, kid? No white-haired boys, no stoicism, no existential confusion! Twyla! Huh? Sorry, I don't know. Where were we? You sure you're good? Forces, I was trusting Cheng with your case, but... Huh? Cheng? My case? What case? Case? I don't have a case. Me? No. You've got the wrong Twyla. No, sir. We only have a case for stairs in this establishment. Ah, that's right. I know what your little arrangement with Cheng. Though you call him Lao, of course. I'm a supervising manager. The name's Owner. Whoa, so you really are Lao Senior. Nothing. Charmed to meet you too, Owner. So Lao's told you everything then? That's right. Look, I know he's taking, let's call it an experimental approach to your case. I've changed his voice like 3 times already. But I think this is what I did last episode. I don't know if I entirely approve, but you can rest assured that I'm keeping an eye on things. To be upfront with you, he's a good kid, honest work ethic. We don't have many of his prowess at all in the force, let alone at such a young age. I thought that must be the case. He's always complaining about other traces, so I figured as much. Ha, that's Cheng for you. You're in good hands, don't sweat it. That being said, take care of yourself, yeah? Yeah, I will, Owner. Don't know why you were spacing out there earlier, but I'm gonna turn a blind eye on it for now. Not my business. Or is it? No, sir. Flaring Earth. You're not gonna call me sir, kid, but good to know. Now tell me, what kind of jewelry do you reckon a young man around your age would be after? I can't say for sure. People's tastes vary a lot. Though I have noticed a lot of my younger customers have been going in for bracelets recently. Perfect. A bracelet will work just fine. I'm sure my son will appreciate the drop. The drop? Shoot. Thought I heard you kids saying the same something like that the other day. You mean the drip? The drip! That's the one. Give me the drip. Oh my god. That's so funny. One drippy bracelet coming right up. Alright. Get in that ice for his hands. The icy wrists. Yeah. Alright. So, designs. A tracer now. My forces just consume me, please. Not the first time my concerns about a tracer turned to be misplaced. Chill, he's just like any other customer. I've had worse and have more than survived. Let's do the first one. He's a tracer, and this isn't the first time that my trust has been misplaced. Somehow I got through that, though, didn't I? A demon of the skies. I'm shaken, but at my core I feel weirdly stable. I'm stronger than I thought, and honestly, I keep proving it, don't I? Go me! Yeah! Get on it, Twyla. So that was... what was that about cherishing Lao? I'm not ashamed to admit it. Even now, there's meaning in what we have. I just know. Oh! Ah! I love this. I meant those words, didn't I? I almost didn't need to think for them to come to me. Wow! It's basically just the same thing! Ah! I love that. I love it. It's so cute. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Even now, there's just meaning in what we have. I almost didn't need to think for them to come to me. I think the difference, though, is that the first one, she's still, like, unsure. She's like, oh, it just came to me. I don't know why. I did mean them, did I? Whereas the bottom, she's, like, confident. Like, that's my boy. We confident about our feelings. Although I guess she might not be, but... at least there's a glimmer of a silver lining. Silving lining? It might be a typo, I don't know. It was great to meet you yesterday. She seemed so patient and composed and confident, and forces she was pretty. She's so capable, going out of her way to get up before dawn to help me forces. Alright. She seems so patient and competent and kind and pretty and competent and kind and pretty. Thanks to you, I almost forgot about the twins. Almost. Just like the demon, I can use my experience with them to grow, no? Somehow. I can move past those worries now, right? Like I said, I did all I could. Yeah, we can grow past. Nice. A basic bracelet. Are you gonna enchant it though? Hi, Ganona. Here's your son's bracelet. Hey, that's the drip, sis. That's the drip drop. Please stop. It rhymed. So, you're after an enchantment too? Yeah, tell me about that. Cheng told me the circle approved of your practice and everything. Am I being audited or something? Yeah, it's all been approved. I'm just transferring a small amount of my customers' payoffs to their jewelry. The idea is that it helps make their gifts a little bit more special. For example, not only will you be giving this bracelet to your son, but they'll also feel a hint of an emotion of your choice from it too. And it's coming straight from your spirit, so hopefully it'll help connect the two of you as well. You're doing a good job of selling it, that's for sure. But, truth is, kid, I'm not exactly optimistic about this practice of yours. Initially, it was quite the opposite even. But look, that's just what my gut's telling me. It's instinct, chalked up from my decades of experience. I can still be wrong, and that's your kids' job anyway. Exceeding the expectations of us geriatrics, excuse me? So let's see if you can surprise me, eh? Chang certainly believed you could. Chang has a knack for getting me into these sort of situations, doesn't he? Flaring white-haired boy will shave all that silky hair if he sleeps, in his sleep if he keeps this up. Sure, no pressure, huh? That's right. Tell me about your son then. Do you have any idea what kind of enchantment you like for him? This real piece of work. It can only be my fault. His name's Vulcan. That's a nice name. Thanks. Chose it by none other than yours truly. It's a big name to live up to. I gotta say, he was doing just that when he was a little one. We had high hopes for him. Oh, but he's not really in the best shape. I get the feeling he's stuck in life. So he's around my age, huh? I think a lot of us are, honestly. Yeah, you're right, kid. I was too, I'm sure. But the thing is, he stopped trying. I was thinking the other night, and it hit me. I remember the time when I was at a standstill in my life. What kept me going, of all things, was the feeling of being disappointed in myself. Disappointed, you say? That's right. I know it sounds a bit strange. Usually that's the kind of feeling that keeps you down in the dumps. But it pushed me to get off my butt and turn my life around. So you're thinking that's what Vulcan needs right now too? That's right. Interesting. I quell the doubts. Could you tell me more about Vulcan? Sure. Anything and everything. Right, well, he's a bright kid, eager to learn, acts grown up. He's always had a good spirit. That one, which I gotta say means a whole lot more to me than any grades or smarts could. Oh, that's nice. That's very sweet. Oh, look at it. Look at his family. Oh my god, my wife was overjoyed when he was a little one. He turned our lives around. Proud times those were. Dude, look at that. Look how adorable they are. Doing that. Okasan? Okasan. Almost every day there was some story she'd tell me about him excelling in school. Oh, what did the teacher say about him? All sorts of things. You get one like him, right? Always top of the class. Doesn't have to study much. You know the type. Yeah, like a prodigy, sorta. But again, that thirst for knowledge was what the teachers were always impressed by. Kid would read his way through whatever questions he had. Gotta thank Safi for that one though. Safi. Surely it's just Safi, right? Safi's your wife? Sure is. Luckily. She'd always leave Vulcan's questions unanswered, and go dig up a book for him to go find the answer himself. Smart. What a resourceful kid. You bet. Saf was a teacher most of her life, so she got all sorts of tricks like that up her sleeve. But you know how it is. They gotta go and get older, and then it's a whole nother story. Vulcan's not inquisitive like before? Hard to say. He's inquisitive. It's ingrained into him. But back then it was nothing but a joy for us all. Nowadays he's as smart as ever, constantly absorbing knowledge. Oh, look at him. But that joy, I just don't see it anymore. Oh, I'm sorry, owner. That's alright, Twyla. I'm sure you know better than me what it's like these days. There's more info out there than ever before. More accessible than anyone needs to be. Of course. And well, it's too much for the kid, I reckon. The more you know about what takes place in this flaring planet, the more you know about injustice. And the more you realize there's no shortage of it in any nation. Forces noses are always a prime example too, which doesn't help things. So that's how he's stuck. That's why. Kid had big dreams. It's not making him upset, all this knowledge. He's grown pessimistic, cynical, always browsing online forums, articles, watching news, absorbing all the blazing bull these people spew up. Yeah, dude, when I got older, I realized that news is just like... News is just garbage, bro. News is ass. It's all just like terrible stories. Because like, it's what drives the clicks, right? Journalism is so predatory in that sense, I find. Because it's just all reporting... I mean, it's just reporting on what will get you clicks. And sure, that's just the hard business facts of it, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's rough. You get your occasional good story, but then it's like, it's once in a blue moon, or it's just super short. Kind of weird visual novel. I think it, dude. This version of visual novel has been so good. I don't know if you've been, if you check the live playlist of all my streams and you check out some of the previous episodes, there's some really good stuff in this. It's made by an indie team. You can check out the Steam link on the QR code here. Not sponsored, but like I'm really good friends with the developers here, and I was keeping a close eye on this project, and you know, it released what, a month ago now or something. So I was very, very excited. Oh yeah, over a month ago. Very, very excited to play this, and it's been phenomenal so far. So yeah, give it a shot. Give it a shot. All those dreams, stupid and meaningless now. Oh, because of all the injustice in the world. Damn. They were my dreams too. He sold me on them. Each one. Vulcan kept dreaming up new futures. They changed slightly, and then they just suddenly stopped. I feel bad for the guy, but I need more for him before I can switch tracks. Could you tell me more about those dreams? What kind of knowledge has wearing been down? I guess we'll find out about the dreams, and then we can find out about the knowledge. Excuse me. Dreams he had, the futures he gave up on. I suppose I could if it helps. So I'm trying to better understand how Vulcan changed over the years better. One of them was, when he was around 15, he wanted to be an environmental scientist. Alleviate the damage we're doing to the forces. Sort of like I am, but in a different way. A couple years later, he felt it wasn't enough. If he was just a scientist being told what to do, he wouldn't be able to do as much good for the planet as if he ran the operations himself. Want to run a business. I was going to say, yeah, it sounds very like CEO of him. Making substantial products and pushing more eco-friendly industry practices. Later on, he just felt one business couldn't do much against the unethical practice of all the... Oh, so he's kind of getting crushed by the weight of the world. So we started thinking about getting into politics, pushing for nationwide change. Mind you, kid was only 21 years of age at the time. Felt out of his depth at first, but we talked through it. And I was all for it as long as it was what he really wanted. Gave up on that too. Had his reasons and I couldn't blame him. Yeah, well, politics, man. What do you expect? Smart kid, but when you can reason yourself for any idea, good or bad. Well, to be frank, there are countless reasons to stop trying these days. Flaring steak gives us more and more every day. You didn't hear that from me, though. How'd you feel about those different ambitions? Did you agree with his thinking when he changed his mind? Good question. I wouldn't say I agreed. Knew where he was coming from. It's his life. I won't be of any help if the man tries to decide things on his own. That's common knowledge. I told him either pursue what was noble, so long as it implied himself. I told him to do what made him happy, and he told me he just couldn't think that way. Oh. So it's the whole, like... Yeah, he's kind of getting bogged down in what he should do, right? Instead of what he wants to do. But what he wants to do is denoted by what he should do. Or like what he feels like he has to do. When he sees injustice in the world, he's like, oh, I'm gonna like do this. But it's like, oh no, I could run a business instead. So I can be a hold of the operations. But then there's one business, then I gotta be politics. And it's like, oh, politics isn't enough. So I gotta go to the UN. And then the UN isn't enough. And then it's always compiled, right? There's always something on top until you're at the very, very top. And even then, you feel like there's something. Excuse me. Yeah, so it feels like he has expectations, but no expectations. But they haven't put on expectations. Some of these expectations he's placed on himself have become overwhelming. Spirit of the issue that the system damn well isn't easy to approach for a kid like Vulcan. Kind of thing is clear in my own work too. Only a select few tracers like Chang and I really put their spirit into it. Most don't really care. Damn. Thinking to be a profession that attracted noble-minded types, but way too many victims are neglected. He really is Lao Senior, this guy. Interesting. So Chang and I are busting our butts at running around this flaring country. Not a day goes by we don't lose hair over the cases we handle. Maybe it's just me. Chang's got too much hair, if anything. He does, doesn't he? I've always wanted to just trim it myself. Yeah. You should, kid. Don't know if he's even got the time to get a barber. Really? I think back to all the time he spent with me, casually sitting and talking. All that time, did he have to make sacrifices for it? I feel a pang of guilt. You're getting distracted again, Twyla. So what's Vulcan doing these days then, Ona? Studying? These sounds that she's making? Yeah, it's just noises, right? He was studying since at Nova University for a couple of years. Said he was taking a gap year. Interesting. And then, well, so almost 2 years now. Oh? Trying him to do something. Find a job, learn something, whatever. He was just receptive at first, but that didn't last long. These days, whenever I try to push him to do anything other than just sit at home, he's always got some kind of retort. Sometimes I think he's just full of himself, like he's still in that smart kid mentality he used to. Sometimes, though, I really do think he's smarter than I understand. What does he do at home? Gotta be honest, seems like he just tries to run away from it all. Escape into a little world inside the screens or books. That's really the only time I see him happy, you know? When he's distracted himself with something. I see. No matter how smart he is, that can't be healthy. Right. Kid just can't give up. You gotta try to do something. It's still better than nothing, even if it comes with its struggles. Even if there's an endless list of reasons to give up. The whole world's burning down around you. Even then, you still gotta try, hey? Even for the sake of you and your family. Yeah. Don't know if I should feel bad or irritated at Vulcan. From what Ona's told me, he doesn't sound all that different from me, actually. I was there a couple weeks ago. I'd given up. If I were to help him out of the slump of his, we'd have to give him the benefit of the doubt. I wasn't exactly embracing Lau's help at first, but right now I wouldn't want for Lau to have given up on me back then. The realization has me feeling closer to Vulcan. Let's try to understand him a bit better and do this enchantment right. What do you want the most for him? Able to turn your life around, how would you like Vulcan to do that for himself? Safi and I were not fussed about what he wants to be, within reason. We just want him to be happy. Aw, dude, what nice parents. Does he care about his son so much? Just want him to be happy? There's dreams of his. They were mine too, only because Vulcan wanted them. I see. Would you say you'd like Vulcan to be more on a path like Lau's on, you know, since they both want to do good for people so much? Chang's a good example, you're right. The Pale situation in Sanoa hasn't got a single spirit blooming. It's looking as hopeless as chasing stars. But young Chang is still going at it. And he's pushing himself, trying things no one else has. Blaring stoicism. And he's somewhat convinced me to let it slide. Now I'm thinking I should let your enchanting slide too. You gotta respect the kid. Huh? I thought you were here as a customer. I am, don't fret. But also came to scope out your practice. I just didn't want to stress your spirit out. Relax, you're in the clear. Strictly speaking, if it's circle certified, it's not really the PRS's problem anymore. But look, I gotta make sure, you know. I am Chang's supervisor. And hey, it's off the books, this case of yours. So far I can see you've got an understanding of what you're doing. I mentioned disappointment and you didn't jump to enchanting it. You've been making sure it's the appropriate emotion to enchant. Shows you know what you're dealing with here. I always make sure to understand the situation first, but especially for a negative emotion like disappointment. But this is real, right? Please don't tell me this was all an experiment. Relax, it's real. Yes, I do want you to enchant this bracelet with disappointment. Anyway, I'm turning a blind eye to any chaos risk here, and you kids better appreciate it. You have no idea the amount of rules I'm breaking by letting Chen run amok like this. Really? I'm sorry, Ona. I'll do my best to keep it under control. But you were right, you know. Huh? Cheng may be a genius or a complete idiot, but he deserves respect regardless. He's living and struggling through it all. He's fighting, you know. I do wish Vulcan would do the same, and I know he can. He can fight, and he can win. He's just not in the right mindset at the moment. Win or lose, you gotta fight. But Vulcan's not even entering the ring, you get me? He's convinced he's bound to lose, and in doing so, he's more worse for wear than any winner or loser. Yeah, that once again speaks to, I guess, like the losing your childhood innocence. I understand what Ona's saying, and I agree. I agree, right? But where to? Lau and Vulcan's situation. Was happy being a tracer and stuck to it. But when I think of Monovi, Vulcan's being true to himself, no, by constantly reassessing his dreams? I think I have to assume so. Maybe I should think differently on this. What about the people around them? Lao as you seems to be really caring and supportive. I wonder, owner, can I ask? Does Vulcan have friends? What kind of friends does Vulcan have? Do they support him? And what do they think of his slump that he's in? He's lucky to have a close-knit group of friends. They're all nice kids. I know I'm well enough to say that. I don't know if they bring up that kind of thing much, for one reason or another. Vulcan doesn't talk about it himself? I wouldn't think that he does. Then again, I could be wrong. He's used to being the smartest kid, so those kids assume he's got it all figured out. Wow. Actually, yeah. No, I can definitely understand a mindset like that. You're right about that, Twyla. You kids do that a lot, don't you? It's a good thing, don't get me wrong. I think sometimes you gotta invade people's space, break the walls they're putting up, because those walls are blocking them off from getting better. Young Cheng would have done that to you, eh? Yeah. Because Vulcan's problems, though, with the world are also quite complex, no? They must be hard to discuss. Yep, Forces, Twyla, you should be his friend. You know him better than those kids do at this rate. That's funny. So as my guess was right, we are in similar situations. Poor Vulcan. I know your pain, my guy. It's hard enough for me to approach these problems he's got. That's practically my flaring job. I don't blame those kids for not being able to get through to him. So where does that lead us, Twyla? You want to ask me that big question yet? How did you know? I'm usually on your side of the fence in these kind of conversations, kid. I've been for over 22 decades. 20 decades, oh my god, do you imagine? Why disappointment? Right, well that's the thing. One of the biggest difficulties is that that's the gym leader from Pokemon, Vulcan, is not trying anymore, but he's confident in that stance. He's grown complacent. Believes that he's in the right here, but giving up on life and not even trying. Wow. That can't be right. How can he believe that? He must at least feel a little disappointed in himself. Yeah, that's the issue, kid. Doesn't feel that way anymore. I'm sure he's got some kind of plan to get off his butt and start doing something someday, but effectively, he stopped really trying. Stopped trying to do things his way, to make the change in the world he's always wanted to. And like I said, I reckon it's because all the world's done to push him towards that conclusion. To convince him it's not worth helping. Now my kid's got a stubborn resilience to him. I finally got to him. He's been convinced to give up. So without disappointment, he's hung up the gloves and moved on. Moved on? To what? You never get back to studying science. Become an environmental scientist like you wanted to one day.
Well...
I just know he won't be happy if he half-asses it, basically. Alive and well without all this. Kid will climb the ladder without even trying. But he's never wanted any of that. I want that disappointment back. I want him to realize how cowardly and evasive this excuse of there is no point. But I guess you gotta learn some things for yourself. Interesting. This is so interesting. Forces know it doesn't help them they're not confronting Vulcan on these problems of his. He's probably doing a great deal to reinforce these beliefs of his. Regardless, I can't leave the kid like this. A state of complacency is a dangerous thing. Last thing I want is Vulcan growing even more cynical and pessimistic and bitter. I'm sure Cheng told you about complacency, right? Yeah, hard to undo all those bad habits. Exactly, Twyla, well said. See why I'm doing this now, no? Need to give him space to figure things out, but I also want to help him out a little too. That's good of you, owner. Anything else to help Vulcan? Vulcan. There's some books. Name 10 books, chat. Name 10 books. Thanks, kid. So, what you thinking? I don't see anything wrong with what owner is saying. Really, it makes too much sense. Excuse me, then why? I run through the situation over and over again. Vulcan needs a little disappointment in himself to make him realize what he's missing out on. To once again aspire towards his dreams. It's a good thing, right? It's like getting a bad mark at a test, feeling disappointed and trying hard for the next one. I'm just overthinking it all. I must be. It's perfectly fine. But there's no harm in making sure. Besides, owner's a tracer. I can use his knowledge. One last thing. Can't even name a single book. Oh, no. Do you think disappointment can backfire here? Certainly possible, Twyla. Of course I understand that. But I think the more risk lies in not intending disappointment for Volk here. Despite what I've said, he's a strong kid. Frankly, I reckon this is just his weak spot, you know? Not sure I understand, Owner. What exactly is his weak spot? All this negativity we see around us is damaging for a kid that grows up bright-eyed and hopeful like him. Anyhow, Volk's got a lot of support around him in just in case things are somehow going wrong. Good of you to double check though, kid. God damn. Right, thing is, I reckon all this negativity is overwhelming him to an extreme level. Can't be easy becoming an adult, wave after wave of delusionment for years on end. Guesses that he is numbered to any sense of disappointment. Completely convinced giving up is for the best. There's a lot of disappointment going on there. A bit confusing, hey? Disappointment in societies, in societies caused Vulcan to lose all sense of disappointment in himself. But that's really what he is short of, kid. Alright, well, let's enchant the piece. I'm sure we need a strong memory. Take you back to 20 odd years ago from this one. Well, back when he was still boxing. That's why he has the boxing glove. There's the boxing glove in his thing. Next to his name. You are a boxer? That's me. I'm afraid not. That's alright. It was before you and Vulcan were around. What did he say? ONEE-SAN. Oh, okay. I saw the accented S and I'm like, ooh, that's something. Whew. I'm recently married and Safi's mother passed one summer. Oh. She didn't take it well. I tried to be there for her, but I was busier than ever. I didn't spend as much time with her as I needed to. Though it may have been good to give her space, the two of them were real close. But things escalated. Safi fell into a depression and wasn't able to keep her chaos in check. Lightning would strike sporadically throughout the day, even in the middle of the most flaring hot and dry summers for a long time. I remember I was on the way back from winning a belt in UB when it started. UAB. 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 UB? UAB. UB. I like UB, but I think I got told it was UAB. Or UB. I don't know. Bushfires. She made a bushfire? Oh my god. So I hunched over and I held her hands and I felt more powerless than ever. I just want a belt, but I realized I was incredibly weak, pathetic, and useless. It wasn't long before they traced it back to us. Saf was distraught to learn it was her doing, and the fact she was destroying the landscape she so dearly loved. It was a terrible time, I'm sure you understand. Yeah, Stars, that sounds awful. The tracers were late. They should have been on the case when the dry storm started. They should have known that alone was more than enough to danger. They should have known that alone was more than enough danger to cause alarm. Even the media took notice of the dry storms, and by the time the bushfires started, the reporters outnumbered the tracers tenfold. Wow, okay. When it was made public, idiots at the PRS couldn't manage to protect our identities. Oh, wait, really? No, but I feel like, I guess he's just a senior. He's not really like, not a higher up level. Unless maybe he is, and he's just been assigned to train. Of course, not everyone was like that. Some had nice things to say too, but once the story gets big enough, you attract that small percentage of the lot who are just completely deranged. Even some friends showed their true colors to us back then. Needless to say, we're not in touch anymore. Anyhow, all the attention, good or bad, you can imagine how it was for Saf. At the time, I was still boxing, though it'd be best if I kept on as usual to avoid attracting any more attention. Tracers could bring out. Did my best to try help her out, and while some of the psychologists definitely helped to control the assessment, she told me it was my presence that helped the most of all. Nice. Could be days, could be years. Last match was a breeze. That last match was a breeze. I was mad at the fella for being so weak. Should have been hit with a home run at Safi instead of wasting my time in his runs. That's funny. Interviewed him after the game. Couldn't blame the young bloke for the intrusive question. You can tell he was trying to ask kindly as possible. They were focused on him. He asked for a few words in the situation with my wife. Wait, what? No. Wow. Wow. forces. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I dedicated all my time to helping Saf from then on. It was tough. We managed to control the outburst over the next several weeks. The bush line was burnt to a crisp, but at the very least no one was hurt. Just was suffering though, every day, so I stayed with her. Felt terrible. How could I do such a thing so much to help her through it all? When it came down to it, I just didn't know how. One night I reflected on things, on just how disappointed I felt about it all. Disappointment time. Flaring her seeing her like this. Oh, so then was he risking chaos then? Feeling of powerless from seeing her break down before me while I was out fighting. What was I even fighting for? I had my glory, my fame, I don't know my skills and garner the mastery I always yearned for. The ring, I was a fighter beyond my wildest imaginations. But out of it, nothing that happened in the ring mattered after seeing Safi like that. When it came to the real fight, I was nothing. Less than a rookie. I was just back to being some kid. And I couldn't be nothing for Safi. Wouldn't it be? I held that disappointment in myself and I let it scar my spirit. I vowed from then on to never stop fighting the real fight. God damn! Whoa, I was, okay. Which one is disappointment? It's gonna be mostly sadness, right? This one here? Yep, that's correct. There, disappointment. Alright, I have to get some out of my eye. Boom, 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 boom. And 5. There we go. Brilliant. Oh, look at that. An uplifting disappointment. Enchant owner's peace. Achievement get. Wonderful. Feel owner's disappointment surge through my spirit and belt the energy into the bracelet. It's done, owner. I hope this bracelet can be Vulcan's gloves. Episode 2, Twyla. Can't thank you enough, kid. For helping me and my son out and listening to an old man's stories. No problem, owner. But what happened after that? Is it when you became a tracer? Sure is. I hung up with the gloves that night and enrolled into a Tracer Academy. I didn't come with any shortage of ridicule at that decision, but I didn't flaring care. I wanted to learn how to take care of Safi better. Yeah, Safi better. I wanted to fight with a purpose. Safi? More like sussy. I'm so stupid. For anyone that's struggling like Safi was, I wanted to be the tracer that actually managed to help. I still feel that disappointment, you know? So don't worry, Twyla. Vulcan's in good hands. Aw, that's radiant, owner. I hope I managed to convince you that my enchanting is worth the risk too. Wah wah. I went Bowser. Rah rah rah. Stars know you did, kid. You and Chang make a flaring good team. You need to keep fighting for me too, eh? Of course. Alright, thanks again, Twyla. Take care. See you, owner. What a surprisingly wholesome turn of events. With that memory, I can definitely see how disappointment can help Vulcan out. I think back to the similarity between the situations. Although, if I were to receive an enchantment back then when I was bedridden, I've benefited from disappointment? Well, didn't we try this? Didn't we try that? I don't remember. I think so, right? In fact, isn't that what brought me this far? Feeling disappointed and having caused an outburst and being pushed to sort my life out. But I am better now. I've noticed beyond what overwhelmed me back then. Why am I still struggling? Ooh, it's another day, slow day at Miss Juchi when I get the warning. Oh, look at that. Alright, that's a solid hour done. Chat, I think it's time to keep it nice and chill, you know? End the stream off nice and short. If you have enjoyed, hit the like button down below. Download the game, or at least check it out on the Steam store. You can scan the QR code on the top left of the screen. Please help support indie companies, Australian companies from down under. So my people, love them. And yeah, we'll be back next week or later this week probably for more Every Hue of You. We're getting into Lau's third. I call it like the evil plot, but not really. But this will be interesting to see how this turns out, because now we've got everyone on our side. We've got Lau's entire posse on our side. Now it's just a matter of and do wind demons exist? I still can't believe the demons exist. Now we're just gonna make sure that our jewelry works. So, but yeah, anyway, thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for watching. If you want to check out more of your boy, check out the links in the description below. Subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, whether that be the Discord or the Twitter. That's good, good stuff. I'm not sure if I do. I mean, Yaz, I definitely have. I did do Twitch on back in 2018, but I just found that maybe for like this kind of variety content, Twitch would be good. I don't know if I would want to switch. I do definitely enjoy being on YouTube and having all my content in the one sphere, especially now that YouTube's updated their channels more better. You can just hit live and you can check all my live streams out there. You can hit my playlist and look at all my past live streams as well. But maybe I might try out Twitch streaming again at some point. I don't know. I mean, the content creating sphere is always ever changing. So like, if it wasn't as effective for me to stream on Twitch back then, it might be more effective for me to stream on Twitch now. You know, it's been like 5 years since then. But we'll do some experimenting. But in the meantime, we'll be sticking here on YouTube for the time being. So yeah, once again, thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Whether it's morning, afternoon, night, wherever you may be in the world. And I'll catch you guys in the next stream. Take care.